We are Unfiltered. I am Matt Connolly. This is Nigel Walsh. We are Unfiltered. Welcome to this chat. Nigel, you are looking like James Bond.
Shaken, not stirred, or stirred, not shaken?
Yes. You're looking great, buddy. How are you?
I'm feeling great. I think my wife would like me to look like Daniel Craig as he emerges out of the water in his budgie smugglers. Let's be clear, that will never happen. So, no, I'm feeling great. I'm in New York. It's sunny. I left London when it was starting to get cold and rain. I came out to Manhattan. It's 29 degrees. So I'm like, it's
perfect
gorgeous.
timing.
It's
Perfect timing.
beautiful
Why
weather.
are you in New York, Nigel Walsh? Is it to do with New York High Rocks? That's what I am assuming.
I have to say, I walked into the InsurTech Insights event on Thursday, and everyone was going at Javits Center to either insurance event or the High Rocks. And it was very evident which people were going to which ones. There was boys and girls in not much clothing going to the High Rocks, and folks in suits and sneakers going to the insurance event.
Yeah.
I love Rory. We speak about Rory all the time. I was very envious. I'm like, oh, I could do a High Rocks right now. Where's Matt when you need him?
I know, right? We could.
So
I mean, we
cool.
totally. I mean, next year that is an obvious, right? So we need to have a chat with Rory. They must be able to get some tickets lined up on the basis they're sharing the same center, right?
I think we should
Surely.
do something along the lines of like the best stand or participants and teams get to go do it. Like he did the insurance run club that all went out
I
with
saw that.
Bolt.
Rob Shimek looking like he gets younger and younger. That guy. He looks great.
Okay, I'm going to fangirl over Rob for a minute because he looked just like so unhealthily healthy. It was unbelievable. Like he's standing like that, like Iron Man at the beginning. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. So
yeah, he's not far
there
off
we go.
Iron Man, actually. Yeah,
he's
good.
not far. He's done quite a bit. So I did that, and then I was there.
Yeah, good. Go on. Sorry. No, I was going to ask how it was.
InsurTech Insights, I was here for day 2. Day 1 had a clash because of course it's InsurTech Week in New York, which means everything is going on everywhere all at once. You can't go to all these things. And on the Wednesday, I think it was, I went to Stone Point Capital's AI Insurance Symposium at the Park Hyatt, which was phenomenal. Like it's more my sort of thing in terms of it's a smaller event. It's 200 people. It's one stage. It's very focused. So I really enjoyed that. So huge thanks to Spencer and the team over there for the invite. Great audience, great conversation. Everyone from regulators to Anthropic to Christina at Google and a bunch of others. So I really enjoyed it. Cool. It was just nice. It's just like, it was good. I liked it.
What did you pick up? This, not literally from the stands. What insightful wisdom have you learned this week, Nigel Walsh? Anything that stood out, good, bad, ugly, from these things?
I think it's just a reminder that we're all in the same boat, and you've got to like separate the hype from the actual things that are happening in reality. I see this every day in clients. Like you see the headlines that everyone's doing great things, but the net is actually we've got to go do the boring work at the same time and get the stuff done and whatever else. So actually hearing from customers and where they are in their journey versus what's going on in the headlines, I think is still really important. I think that gap is closing. There was lots of talk about the model companies still launching stuff at the rate of knots, far quicker than anyone can adopt and get into, especially regulated industries. Garrett from Cotality was talking about governance and controls, which I'm a big fan of, given what we do with Control Tower and all that sort of good stuff. The guy that was on the JPMC security stuff was there at the outset for a bit. And our very own Bill McDermott did the closing keynote, CEO of ServiceNow. So with Wayne Peacock, the former CEO of USAA. So look, I'm biased, but I enjoyed it. I loved the energy and the approach and the 25 years of history of having done this stuff. So it's, it was good. It was, do I want to say anything new? No. Lots of reaffirmation of, I think, the conversations that you and I are probably in day out.
Yeah. Oh, don't, man. I hear you. No, I'm with you. I was listening to a pod this morning about all the, I don't know, SpaceX IPOs and then Anthropics and the OpenAIs and the valuations. And they're like, bubble. I mean, it's insane. I mean, you can't get away from it, right? But
you say that. I was listening to the All-In one this morning where the guys were going the unicorn economy. I've not finished just yet. but I listened to it on the way home tonight. But the unicorn economy is super interesting. The number of folks that are coming out of this space, it's all very, very good. And you realize they've all accelerated past almost every single insurer. There was talk from this podcast about the guy saying there is a chance that Anthropic will be bigger than AWS by the end of the year. Like,
Wow.
and the scale and pace that does grow is just insane.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating. It's fascinating. But then you get back to little old insurance, which is what the economy actually moves on. And we're not there. Like it's just, you sit there and go, all right, how are we going to work together? So
Yeah,
it was
sure.
interesting. And then I spent loads of time with Bob Pick, which was always nice to see. Bob was on
I don't
every
know Bob.
panel.
I hear
How do you
everything
know Bob?
about. I know everybody knows Bob. I've never met Bob. We've worked with Tokyo Marine for like 3, 4, 5 years. Never met Bob. Well, maybe on a call, right? But never
I'll
met Bob
introduce you to
Pick.
Bob. Just go to any insurance conference. He'll be speaking on every single panel.
Well, no, he's and everyone seems to be best mates with Bob. Bob, if you're listening, I'd like to be your new friend, please. But no, here's a bit of he's a legend. So there you go.
Yeah.
So one day,
there you go. He is. Absolutely.
And I saw photos of you with the giant of a man, Rory. I never know which one's the right surname. What's Rory's surname?
Yates.
Rory.
Yeah,
Yates,
Rory's like 17 foot tall, but he is also the shortest person in his family, which is quite interesting.
Yeah,
so Rory was there from Cinecron. Rory's on stage 736 times. Rory Pike, obviously we've mentioned him already. Bobby was on stage. It was like it. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, I can be quite grumpy about this sometimes, but like it's lots of the same faces. Where's all the new talent and new opinion and new folks coming in to have conversations? There's plenty of that as well, which is good. So, which is why I like doing some of the different events. And, I sat down with Rory Pike to work out what it is that we should be doing and all that sort of good stuff going forward. So it was good. And then, as always, there's loads of people who are in town. You get to say, let's meet up, and you never actually get to meet the people that you want to meet either as well. So,
and have you managed to get some hot yoga in? That's most important.
Every day. I booked in 6:15 every morning. Can't you tell this felt body of mine?
Maybe that's why you look like James Bond for all the listeners.
There you go.
Well done, you.
There you go. What about you? How have you been? You've been traveling all over the world.
I've been traveling to the level of getting a cold sore, which is my sign of I am run down. So
just in time for your high rocks.
Yeah, no, I'll be fine by then. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I have recovered. Yeah, last week was crazy. In fact, to the point where I just said no to being in New York this week. It just wasn't going to happen, right? I was last week I was in Columbus at the Scout conference, and then in Barcelona, and it's just like a couple of nights on an airplane. It's not the right way to do it, right? And then straight into long days. I mean, no. It's a great thing, right? Having back to back.
I hear so many good things about Scout in Shortstag. Like I've had 3 people say to me, it's one of the best.
It was insane. So I saw Bobby over there actually talking about Bobby. I don't know how they do it, right? So it's scaled to a point of maybe 500 people or so, maybe a few less. And I don't know what the right word is. It's kind of concierge, white glove. There's something about it where there is not a moment where one of the team from Scout will sweep you up and introduce you to somebody else. But they'll do it with such contextual depth of Matt does this, person X does that. And they will find that synergy to broker that connection, and then you're away in conversation. And then there's suddenly sort of
perfect though, right?
They're drifting into the shadows. It's like, how do you do that at that scale?
But you can do that at 500 people. You can't do that at 10,000.
So I had a chat with Chris, maybe just yesterday, in fact. So Chris Lewis, one of the founders, one of the organizers as well, and he was saying, I just don't think we want to grow any further. And it's almost kind of like, which is also a lovely attitude, right?
Well, that's back to my point. I prefer single stage, curated conversation, proper networking breaks. That just works for me really well. So
yeah. No, it's a slightly different format, right? It's not, you're not on stage, you're not, there aren't the panels. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of startups who are pitching their wares in a kind of 30 seconds or maybe 60-second kind of slot, and they're themed throughout the day. But the rest of it is, it's just that really informal connection. And I love it. I really do. So that's great.
Did I see that you almost missed your panel because you were stuck in customs?
No, not quite right. I did miss my panel. What a numpty.
Were you trying to do too much at once?
May have been. So, I've been showing off. I don't know. I definitely talked to you about it. I don't know if on the pod. I am so proud I've now got my Irish passport, which I left at home. So, because for me, I was going to the US forgetting I'd got this Barcelona edition. So it was irrelevant whether I took it or not. And then brilliantly, I got stuck in that classic, oh, you're not from the EU line. There
The
you go.
friendliest passport in the world.
So, I had 2.5 hours to get through
Oh, mate.
Barcelona. It was nuts. And
I,
so
I,
I
I
arrived
made the mistake of
to
flying
watch
to
half of it.
Paris,
Oh, did you?
and Paris was a really tough airport to get through. I
Yeah.
should have got the train. I got the train home, but oh my God, that was tough.
Oh, it's just, but lots of these European airports, and also, I mean, like I do lots of connections because I like to fly from Bristol if I can, and through Amsterdam. But it's the smugness, and rightly so, of the individuals who know you're waiting there. I would do just the same, right? Oh, so you've left the EU, right? Okay, get in line. And anyway, so I missed the panel, but fortunately Matt Fergo was there, so he sat below my photo on stage, and he did a great
To be
job.
fair, no one knows the difference between you two anyway. Like, it's
I
Matt.
mean, he's like 3 foot tall and got white hair, but apart from that,
As I said, no one knows the difference between you two guys. It's just Matt.
oh,
Which
dude,
which
actually, the
one do
white
you want?
hair, the white hair point. You're not far off. Oh dear, oh dear. So
Oh
that was good.
man.
And then so I arrived in Barcelona, and that was but Barcelona was really good. So I think so taking over the event from Deer, of course. You must have gone
Mm.
to some of those events, the Deer
Yeah.
events, and I always love what's kind of the thematic experience of Deer. It's like really good lighting, really good, like, I don't know. It's
They
just a
always
really
feel like they were
solid
in
experience.
breweries or something like weird, odd
Yeah, and like
places.
random
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
spots in Amsterdam, and I don't know. Anyway, and then so ITC then got sort of full, I don't know, hands on, I guess. But I felt last year wasn't great, but
Mm.
this year was absolutely spot on. And I think in part because, again, it's fairly small, so I don't know how many people they had, maybe 500, 750. But it was it was like being in a museum. Sometimes those locations it was
Wait.
magnificent.
Are you calling insurers like ancient relics here? Are you doing some evidence?
Some of us are. Oh, well, you mean the industry? But it was gorgeous. It's a gorgeous location, and also because it felt contained, it didn't feel like there were too few or too many people. Sometimes you can
Good.
just echo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If it's too small. From our side at Sonar, there were lots and lots of carriers, which was great from across Europe. So
Yeah,
real carrier heavy, which you don't often get at events. Certainly not at the
yeah.
moment, right? It's more
They
kind of
plenty
opting
of the
out. So
trade fairs, right? Which is a real
yeah,
challenge.
yeah. So we love that. We we had some panels. We did a round table. We had a booth. We it really went to town, and it's paid off so well. So we
That's
loved it. So
awesome.
yeah, really good. And then
So exciting travel all round.
yeah, but also when there, sorry, I'm just going to, while I'm on my monologue, something you just mentioned, which triggered me, was the seeing kind of action. I can't remember exactly how you said it, but one of the things I wasn't expecting, but Generali were demoing some of their latest, or one of their latest releases, right, which was using
Very cool.
Apple Vision Pro to train risk engineers to help their clients reduce industrial risk. So this is
That's
GC&C.
awesome.
So but it was a project that 2 years ago we were in Generali Towers. Apple Vision Pro literally just launched in Europe. We had pulled some vendors from around the world. We were exploring this as a POC, putting together the business case for it. And then 2 years later, it's there, it's in production, it's being used. And interestingly, it's being demoed live to the big
That's
screen where
awesome.
everybody's looking. It was
Yeah.
really cool. Really cool.
And I
So
think
top
I
top
think
job.
I th- I love seeing stories like that. I think what's changing at the moment is the speed from idea to production, because of our capabilities, whether it's technology, whatever else it might be. That cycle's being shrunk massively. So no longer is it going to be 2 years. If that was to launch today, it'd be live in 3 or 6 months potentially.
Yeah, so true, right? So true. And I
Mm,
think but I think it's to your point around the models, and they are spinning up new releases quicker than we can actually adopt them, right?
yeah,
There is so much amazing technology, but it's finding the place in the work that we do to make it
yeah.
relevant and useful, right? And that's
Or
that's
we've
a really
got
difficult link.
or we've got to do so with the right guardrails and controls, like we call it the rails and the roads. Like, get us out there, but do so within the right guardrails to go do it. It does bring me back to, you mentioned your Whoop data being all over the show because of flights and whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things that sprung to my mind recently. One was Mr. Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO, commenting and being berated publicly for saying he had 3 glasses of wine or a glass of wine or whatever it was, and it ruined his life for 3 days. And that is like
I
a
haven't
whole
seen
campaign.
his. I've seen
Oh my
so
God.
many rip-offs of it though. It's
Oh
brilliant.
my
Yeah.
God. But
Right.
but actually it goes back to the optimization economy of us all measuring everything and then working out whether we should or we shouldn't. And you and I
Yeah.
I love measuring, like I wear a Whoop, you wear a Whoop, I track everything because I want to get better. But I also live my life. If I want to have a glass of wine or a glass of champagne, I'll have a glass of champagne. I don't drink lots or whatever else, but I'll have the odd one now and then. It won't ruin my life.
No,
So
indeed.
it's just all balance. But then I listened to the podcast with Harry Stebbings and the founder of Corgi Insurance, Nico. Now, I will caveat this with saying two things. One, we haven't quite yet got the world's largest population podcast like Stephen Bartlett. Or number two, neither of us, unless you're hiding it, have built a $2.5 billion insurance business.
Or
But the
coffee
Nico
shop.
guy was like, he's like, I live and work in the office. I don't sleep anywhere else.
That was the end of my conversation with Nigel Walsh. So excited, he seemed to have hung up. But let's see if he'll rejoin. In the meantime, I'm going to pad with some filler here. All right, I might just stop. Let's see if he comes back. And here he is. He's back.
I have
Hello,
no idea what
Nigel.
happened.
Where'd you go?
It just stopped for no reason out of nowhere.
Another
I'm
call
talking
from
to
the
myself.
lawyer.
Yeah. This week's solicitor intervention is boom.
Maybe we
but
should
you
get
got
some.
what I was.
What we need we need some sponsors to do the fill. I was there trying to pad it, hoping you're going to return, but
I
no
had to
joy.
put 50p in the meeting for the internet. What can I say?
There you go. Where are you
but
in
you
the
heard
office? Yeah.
I'm in the office, and actually we're moving offices today, or we're expanding from the 74th floor to the 75th floor as well. So it'll be really, really cool. Really
Hey,
cool.
epic! What views you must have.
I know. I'll post a picture of it later on. It is stunning. It doesn't ever get tired. Like our reception overlooks the Empire State Building, and we're looking over One World Trade Center. It's just never gets boring. Never.
I'm overlooking a little gravel yard outside my house. Oh dear! Hey, how the
Bravo.
mighty.
Right. So what we were talking about? We were talking about.
We were talking about Corgi.
Yeah,
talking about Corgi, and
the
they're
dog.
coming to London hard. Is that Corgi as well? I'm sure they're coming.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. What else? What else do you see? What else is going on in your world?
What am I seeing, mate? I don't know. I think it's so. This week it's been. Well, actually, something I did see, which ties in Barcelona a little bit, was one of the main sponsors was Legora. In fact, I'm just about to enter a shameless plug. That's all I'm doing here. Legora, who we talked about on the pod, being the legal software, and who are skyrocketing as a business, and were getting disrupted, aren't getting disrupted, may get disrupted as a SaaS play, and all the rest. But the consensus is they are still a rocket ship. I asked Legora guys if they could give me a demo of their platform. And I'm not just saying this, but bearing in mind they're a slightly different audience, there's an inordinate amount of similarity to Sonar 2.0. I was like, get out of here. This is epic.
That's super cool.
It was really cool. But bearing in mind, we're still in beta, and are a little bit unsure if this is going to work.
You were saying?
Basically, I've now napped a load of their thinking, and no, but how cool is that though, right? And on the basis that they have a X trillion dollar valuation, I can't remember what their numbers are, but it's pretty meteoric.
It's 1,743 bazillion.
Is that what it was? Point.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm pretty upbeat now. I kind of left their stand going, oh, we got something here.
And look, I still love what they're doing, what Harvey are up to. You see, we keep talking about macOS, and I'm sitting there going, at what point does this become insurance? Like we saw one of the other organizations come out this week and saying we're disrupting accounting. It's like that's industry by industry by industry. Anthropic did legal a while back. They then did small business. Like it's very bit by bit by bit. Someone was saying to me that will remain nameless, where the hyperscalers are going horizontal, but some of these model companies are going vertical and going all in particular
Yeah.
industries, which is a
And you understand
slightly
why they're
different
doing it,
approach.
right?
Yeah, of course.
I
Of
mean, they
course.
are. I mean, like you look at insurance. If you can land the insurance, it's such a rich vein of opportunity. It really is, you know.
Well, it's
And you
there's loads of legacy, there's loads of
sure
history and stuff to go after.
there
But
is.
it's just a slower pace. But like the legal, it's they've done so well in legal. I'm just really curious as to where that how that translates. Really curious.
Yeah, well, me too as well. So is it super interesting? You know, they're the lanyard sponsor, and you know their name and badges everywhere in the event. But it's more, you know, their position was actually it's for all the legal bods within insurers. It's like, for sure for starts.
The other thing I wrote about last week was I shared one of Benedict Evans' articles where he said when it went from the pen and paper to the calculator, from calculator to Excel, Excel to finance packages, we needed more accountants, not less. And I'm truly of the belief that, as the cost of arguing gets to zero or whatever it might be, we'll need more people, not less people. So it's going to be
Mm.
really, really interesting over time. And I think all
Yeah,
this
mate. I think we're on
this
different
job
pages on this one.
apocalypse is
Yeah, I
gone.
don't know.
Why?
Let's see. Well, no, we talked about it last week on the pod, right? I just don't know. I feel like robots are going to take over the world, and we'll all be made redundant. But we'll
I'm
see.
the eternal optimist, and I think we're
I
gonna
know you
have
are. I love it.
superpowers. There you go.
Um,
The other one that
I
caught my
saw. Yeah,
attention,
go on. Go on. Go on. Go on.
the other one that caught my attention was the CEO of Allianz US came out and talked about AI liability, and this is one that I've been intrigued with for a while. And I think his view was it wasn't going to be a separate business, like in the same way that cyber's popped out of a
Hmm.
different category. So it would be bundled into other stuff. But yeah, I've seen folks like I think it was Chaucer and R. Miller and a bunch of
Yeah,
others do things
you
in
got
the space. I do
Testudo
think, yeah, I do
as
think this is going to be
well.
a separate space. I think it's too niche and people don't understand it properly yet. And
Yeah, I
and
wonder.
so
I wonder what the
mm,
long term is. But yeah, at the moment, I can't see that. But then the CEO of Allianz US, I imagine, is an incredibly bright, thoughtful, well researched individual. So,
whereas what you're
um,
implying by that, Matthew, is that I am not.
whereas we've got two idiots on the pod who, yeah, but no, I'm with you. But let's see. I'm going to go and do some
Yeah.
research on that. That's what I'm going to do.
What's on the cards next week?
Uh, you know what's on the cards next week is, first of all, it's getting through this weekend. I have so much work on, which is great. It's a massive backlog that I haven't got through, and I've got friends coming over for a great big porchetta tonight. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
I have been cooking. Me and the wife have been cooking, and I love that. Right? It's nice to get in the kitchen. It's like it feels. You know what I did last night is I went. Oh, in fact, for the porchetta, such random chat. Let's keep going. I had to find sage, seventh supermarket, but driving around my city in the evening, I just don't do. Right? You go into. I finish work, go to bath time, bedtime, do all of that stuff. Right? That's what dad life looks like.
Is that just for you, bath time and bedtime?
Yeah, and then me and Freddie go to bed at the same time. It's great. And then, but last night it's like you're seeing people going to the gym, coming home from the gym, doing. I was like, oh, I remember that life. It seems so long ago. Anyway, but yeah, so this weekend I need to catch up. But it was nice reverting back to old types and doing some cooking together. Got friends over tonight. Loads of work this weekend, and then next week. In fact, yeah, I got to go. I'm looking after my late dad's wife, taking her to hospital for her eye appointment, which for me is a 7 hour round trip as opposed to a 20-minute taxi for her. But it's what you do for family, isn't it? And then
It's 100% what you do with family.
it's
And
amazing, yeah.
you'll go upstairs rather than downstairs when it's your time, my friend.
Yeah,
Good
no, right,
people do good
exactly,
things.
exactly. And then I feel I'm in London a good chunk of the time as well. So yeah, I don't know, just a
Nice.
lot of meetings.
Very
Yeah,
nice. I
yeah.
am
What about
going
you?
on holiday. I'm taking
Oh,
days off.
what?
My wife and I are off for our first break, and I think on our own for since the kids were little. So
Mate, that's
yeah,
going to be
we're off to.
nuts. How
I can't
gorgeous.
wait.
Talking about reversing back to old types.
I know,
That's going to be
literally,
lovely
like
for you.
it. I cannot wait. So it'll be good fun.
Where are you going to
Be
go?
good fun. We are off to Seville.
Oh, that'd be stunning and hot.
I've never been. Emma's never been. So yeah, she did say it's like it's 400 degrees centigrade. So
Yeah, for sure.
yes, when I see you next week, I'll be like bright red and burnt
Mate,
probably.
I remember doing an amazing boat tour, and it's like I think it was an architectural tour, like down some river in Seville, the main river where where there are boats, and it was really good.
The Rhone,
Yeah,
the Seine. No, different countries.
different country. One of them must lead into one another. It's like no wonder we're kicked out of the EU.
I
But
love
yeah,
it.
so enjoy that. That'll be fantastic. Okay,
Yeah, it should be good.
and
I'm
then
looking forward to it. But yeah,
take some
back here
sun
next
cream.
week with you, and we should have loads more insurance stuff to come
It's
through.
going to be beautiful. All right. For now,
Stay well, buddy.
all the best. Make sure you subscribe. That's what people say, right? And a big thanks to our sponsors
Oh,
when they come.
like click here. Can you do that?
Click
Click
here,
here.
all
What's it?
that.
Click here.
Have a good time. Happy weekend. Cheers, mate.
See you soon. Bye.